हाँ सपोज अभी ग्रुप में सपोज कोई अवेलेबल नहीं हो और सपोज सम बॉयज और गर्ल suffering network issue, okay, so they can easily watch this lecture on my YouTube channel. So after this completion of this lecture, I will put the same lecture on YouTube. You will can see that. Okay, I'm sending link also. So in this case, second point is that medium of exchange, money is a medium of exchange. In this case, money is a medium of exchange. It means that when we purchase anything, when you purchase anything, any goods, for example, if you purchase raw material for the business, okay, that is called business transaction. Okay. So in that case, money is involved. Okay. When we purchasing stationery, okay, when we purchasing stationery for the office, okay, because in office stationery is used, okay. So when we are purchasing any stationery, it is recorded in books of account. So when we are purchasing any stationery, it is recorded in books of account because when we are purchasing stationery, we are paying money, and after that we are purchasing the stationery. So in whatever transactions money involves, it should be recorded in books of account. If money is not involved, then the transaction is not recorded in books of account. So only financial transactions are recorded in books of account. Okay. So write down here money as a medium of exchange. In books of account, in books of account, all the transactions and events are recorded. In books of account, in books of account, all the transactions and events are recorded. But only financial characters, but only financial characters are recorded in books of account. It means that it means that it means that the medium of exchange must be a money. It means that it means that the medium of exchange must be a money. It means that the medium of exchange must be money. Example, purchase stationery. Example, purchase stationery of rupees 500 from stationery mart in cash. So this type of transactions recorded. So this type of transactions recorded which involve money. So this type of transactions is recorded which involve money. Full stop. Therefore, the transactions are recorded in books of account. Therefore, the transactions are recorded in books of account in which money involved. In which money involved. इसका मतलब यह है कि जब भी आप कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन्स करते हो, सो मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज मस्ट बी मनी. मीडियम ऑफ एक्सचेंज मस्ट बी मनी. यानी आप फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि इफ यू परचेज स्टेशनरी, ओके, फ्रॉम स्टेशनरी स्टोर, ओके, so when you are giving money, the stationery sellers giving goods to you. Okay. So in that case money involved here. In that case money is involved here. Okay. So second characteristic is that it wants to say that when the transaction is taken place, the medium of exchange must be money. When transactions taken place, the medium of exchange must be a money. So when you are purchasing or selling anything for the business, the money should be involved. The money should be involved. Okay. So medium of exchange must be a money. So medium of exchange must be a money. Okay. So now third point now, classification and analysis of transaction. Third point is now classification and analysis of transaction. Classification and analysis of transaction. Now see here, classifications we already discussed in definition. Classification we already discussed in definition. Classification means there are number of transactions taken place in a single day. There are number of transactions taken place in a single day. So all the transactions are recorded in books of account. Okay. And before recording transaction, the transactions must be classified according to its types. Okay. The all the transactions are classified according to its types. For example, purchase bill must be put it in purchase file. Sales bill, it must be put it in sales file. Expense bill must be put it in expense file. For example, purchase stationery. So, if the expense is repeated many times in a month, then it is better to make a separate file of that particular expense. Okay. If the expense is repeated many times in a month, it is better to make a separate file of that bill. Okay. Because whenever the transactions taken place, whenever the goods are purchased, otherwise the expense are occurs against that particular expense, okay, then bill must be put it on that particular file. Okay. So purchase, you have to make here purchase file, you have to make here sales file, you have to make here expenses file, you have to make here light bill file, you have to make here telephone bill file. Okay, so like that the way you have to classify your transactions. Why classify importance? Because when there is need of a particular bill, you are able to find out the bill within a minute, okay, without searching too much. You are receiving the bill at less efforts, okay. So that's why proper classification is needed, and it is easy to record in books of account. Main thing is that classification, the main purpose of classification is that you are able to record all the transactions systematically in books of account. In books of account. That's why it is necessary. That's why it's necessary to make a proper filing. So bill is also adjusted according to days wise. Okay. According to day wise. Now first bill is put on first April. Okay. So first bill is which was happened on first April. It will put on first in file. Okay. And suppose there are 4 transactions on first April, then put the 4 bills on first day. Second date is put on that after one. Okay. Third, same thing. Third bill you put out after the date of second. Fourth date you put out the bill after थर्ड डेट. ओके. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको डेट वाइज बिल भी आपको फाइल में रखना है. फर्स्ट बिल होगा फर्स्ट अप्रैल को, जो भी आपका बिल हुआ होगा पुट ऑन फर्स्ट पे. सेकंड अप्रैल को हुआ उसके ऊपर रख दो. थर्ड अप्रैल को हुआ उसके ऊपर रख दो. फोर्थ अप्रैल को हुआ उसके ऊपर रख दो. दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन देयर इज नीड टू फाइंड आउट द बिल ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर डेट, you are able to find the bill with less effort. Okay. If you put it on proper place or according to system, okay, then you will get the bill vary at less efforts. And suppose if you put all the bills in one file, it is you have to search then all the bills. Okay. Then you have to search all the bills. But in accountancy, so be careful. This thing is not possible. All the bills are not put in one file. Never, never, never. Okay. Bills should be classified. Bills should be classified according to their types. Classification and analysis of transaction. Okay. Classification and analysis of transaction. Classifications now you understand. Okay. Analysis means you have to find how much purchase was done in the month of June, how much purchase was done in the month of July, how much purchase was done last 6 months, how much purchase was done in last financial year. Okay, so that is called analysis. Okay, that is called analysis. Okay, because management control the business, because the management and owner of that business control the business. Okay, so that's why he must control the expenses of your business. Okay, expenses is continuously going on business, but it should be on proper way. It should not be a wastage of money. It should not be a wastage of money. Okay. So management always control the expenses. Okay. Management always try to control the expenses. So analysis means end of the transactions, end of the year, end of the 6 month. There is a meeting in the offices. Okay. In that meeting, they're discussing all this data. Okay. What is total sales of last 6 months? What is total sales of last year? Whatever. Okay. So that is called analysis of transactions. How much assets you have, how much liability you have to pay. Liability means the amount is outstanding. The amount is not paid to the supplier or taking loan from the bank. That's called liability. Okay. In Gujarati, it is called Dev. Okay. In short, in Gujarati, it is liability. मैं गुजराती में क्यों बोल रहा हूँ कि आपके लिए liability first time words use हुआ है. Okay. So that's why I am speaking in one single line Gujarati. Liability means જે પૈસા આપણે આપવાના બાકી છે, જે પૈસા આપણે આપવાના બાકી છે, that is called liability. तो ये फर्स्ट चैप्टर इसके बारे में ही है. क्या है? अकाउंटिंग एंड टर्म्स. ओके, टर्म्स है. टर्म्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट इज रिपीटेड many times in books of accounts. The terms is very very important. So after completing this characteristics, object, advantage, limitations, we go for the terms. Okay. So terms is a very very important one. So liability means जो पैसा आपका देना बाकी है, जो आपने दिया नहीं है, that's called liability. So how much liability is there? How much assets you have? How much bank balance you have? Okay. How much money should be recovered from the market? How much money is paid to the supplier? Okay, all this data is called analysis. All this data is called analysis. Okay. So classifying and analysis of transaction. Okay. So write down in business. In business, there are many type of transactions. In business, there are many type of transactions taken place in single day. In single day, full stop. So it should be recorded. So it should be recorded. So it should be recorded all the transactions in books of account. In, in books of account. Before recording all the transaction, before recording all the transaction, it should be classified. It should be classified and should be kept in proper file. In proper file. Example, example, the purchase bill, example, the purchase bill should be kept in purchase file. The purchase bill should be kept in purchase file, comma, the sales bill put in sales file, the sales bill put in sales file, comma, different expenses, different expenses which occur repeatedly, kept in different file of expenses, kept in different file of expenses. So these are the examples of classification. So these are the examples of classification. Full stop. Analysis of transaction. Analysis of transaction means analysis of transaction means how much total purchase, how much total purchase, comma, how much total cash is, how much total cash is, comma, how much total credit sales, how much total credit sales, etc., 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 is called analysis of transaction. Is called analysis of transaction. Is called analysis of transaction. Now, next point is interpretation of transaction. Okay. Next point is now interpretation of transaction. Interpretation of transaction means how what result you received. Okay, what result we received after the computation of transaction. Okay, because there are many transactions taken place. Example, when you are made sales. Okay, you know that how much profit is received in a particular transaction. Okay? And there are number of transactions of sales taken place every day. Okay, there are number of transactions taken place of sales every day. Okay, but on side by side, the expenses also occurred. Not only sales was done, but the expenses also going on. So perfect idea how much profit we received is not received by the owner. Okay, it is not known by the owner or management. For finding out a particular amount, how much profit we received, how much otherwise every time profit is not possible. Okay, sometimes loss also is there. Okay, so in case of profit, how much amount of profit we received, that can be known with the help of books of account. That can be known with the help of books of account. And suppose if there is a loss, and suppose if there is a loss, then we also know that how much loss we occur. So all this information is given by books of account. All this information is given by books of account. Okay. So interpretation of transaction means at the end of predictions how much profit we received. All this verification is called interpretation. All this verification is called interpretation. इसका मतलब यह है कि जो भी आप ट्रांजेक्शन्स कर रहे हो, जो भी आपने सेल्स किया होगा मार्केट में होगी, तो उसमें कितना प्रॉफिट आपका है, okay, that will be known by the salesman or sales manager or the owner of the company. Okay. But side by side, the expense is also going on. Okay. Example, light bill, telephone bill, salary of the employee, taxes, many type of expenses are occur in a single day. Okay. So perfect idea of profit is not received. Perfect idea of profit is not received. So with the help of books of account, we are able to know how much exact profit we received at the end of the year. That is called interpretation. So write down here in books of account, in books of account, all the transactions are recorded. In books of account, all the transactions are recorded. Not only record transaction, not only record transaction, but the management, but the management and the owner of a business, but the management and the owner of a business, they must find out the result. They must find out the result or trying to get a perfect amount or trying to get a perfect amount of profit or loss. Profit or loss of a business. Profit or loss of a business. This activity is known as this activity is known as interpretation of transaction. This activity is known as interpretation of transaction. भाई सबको समझ में आया व्हाट इज इंटरप्रिटेशन बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स वेरी गुड ओनली वन पर्सन यस वेरी गुड और कोई एवरीवन गेट दिस इंटरप्रिटेशन only two persons okay very good so this is called in short interpretation okay so next point is now quantitative information next point is now quantitative information now this is the most important point okay now in books of account only we received the quantitative information means in quantity okay how much purchase was done in the month of July to pay 2 lakh okay how much sales was done in the month of October to pay 10 lakh okay how much uh, assets we have purchased to be 15 lakh okay so only quantitative information is received from books of account the quality information is not given by the books of account okay the quality information is not given by the books of account only quantitative information is received from books of account but the quality information is not received by the from the books of account. Example, uh, the loyalty of the employee, the loyalty of the employee, the accuracy of the employee is not received, is not given by books of account. Okay. So, in short, the quality information is not provided by the books of account. Okay. So only quantitative information is received from books of account. The quality information is not able to receive from books of account. Only quantity information we received, total sales, total purchase, okay, and total assets, total liability, total expenses, okay. All this type of information we received, but the quality of the employee is not received or not recorded by the books of account. Okay. So quality of the employee, loyalty of the employee, accuracy of the employee is not recorded in books of account. Okay. So write down here all the informations, all the informations in books of account, in books of account is recorded in terms of money, in terms of money. Example, total purchase, comma, total sales, comma, total expenses, etc. Full stop. So this type of informations we received from books of account. So this type of information is received from books of account. The quality of the employee, the quality of the employee, example, the loyalty of the employee, comma, the loyalty of the employee, comma, the accuracy of the employee, full stop. So this type of information, so this type of information is not received, is not received from books of account because we record the transactions because we record the transaction which are in terms of money, which are in terms of money. Non-financial transactions is not recorded. Non-financial transaction is not recorded in books of account. In books of account. As a result, full stop. As a result, only quantitative information, only quantitative information is received. Is received. Now, last point of today's lecture is that economic decision. Okay. Economic decision. Okay. For example, suppose if you want to purchase a shares of any company, okay. Suppose if you want to purchase a shares of any company, okay. First of all, you must know what is shares, okay. Everyone know what is shares, boys and girls. All of you, all of you know that what is shares. What is shares? Anyone, please? What is called shares? Now see here. There are 7 artificial persons created by law. There are 7